But I'm up this morning, like I said. Devil's trying everything for it. We don't have a plunger. My husband's having to go get one. It's a whole mess. But I am grading some schoolwork of Parker's. We have this. Where is it? Oh, it's over there on the printer. We have this book, but I like to scan it and him just do it on loose leaf paper so I can resell our books after we're done using them. And this saves for storage better because I can just put these in a file folder instead of trying to keep up with heavy books to keep up for transcripts and stuff like that. So it's just easier to do it this way. We've got spelling graded for last week. Having a hard time with math. Finding a math program that works best for him and me to teach him. Ooh, excuse me. So right now we're holding off on math for a little bit. We have our Bible. I've done graded all of that for the week last week. I need to make sure it's all dated. For transcripts and for his attendance. And then we've got spelling started, and then here is my vocab for last week. And I do print out answer keys, so I have an answer key and I have his work. So that's how I do that. He has a binder that we use for his schoolwork every day. He'll come in, and actually I can fix this now. But I got that out to grade it. He'll come in, he'll find what he needs to do for the day will be in the top divider, like so. And then the back, he'll put, once he finishes it, he'll put it in the back of the folder for each subject. So right now we're only doing 3 subjects because we're holding off on math. But I think I'm just going to give him some multiplication to do to get us through until we decide what to do curriculum-wise. Because I honestly feel like some of the stuff he doesn't, or he's not going to use as an adult. But if I can get his math, his multiplication, and he knows all of his multiplications by heart, that's going to be in division, and he can do division in his head, then I'm good with that for right now. We have all the time in the world. He's only in 6th grade to get where he needs to be for high school, junior high, high school, whatever you want to call it. That is one of the good things about homeschool is you can take your time, and if something doesn't work, you can switch it to something different. So I'm good with that. But I try to once a week do grade his papers for last week. We did do some math, and I'm going to give him grades for that. But right now I'm just grading some paperwork, getting it put up, and put his transcripts up. But like I said, he has this folder that has dividers in it. Of course, we don't do all the subjects at once, that many subjects, but they're just in here to have. But he kind of knows, you know, he can get out his binder and see what he has to do for the day. And it's just the next page, it's already copied and printed out and ready to go. All he's got to do is do it. On the things that he can do without me. There's things that I have to help him with, but for the most part, it's repetitive. So he's very, very good about getting this and getting it done. It takes his time, but we get it done. But I'm going to go ahead and grade his vocabulary from last week. How I do grades. like this, he did it, so he just gets a check mark. And that was done on the 12th of 26th. I have a calendar behind you, and I keep up with it there. I have a planner that I keep it up to date with. I've been trying to get him, like I said, to write the date, but some dates he didn't write. So I have to go through and write the dates in. He's fixing to get marked for not writing the dates on there. I told him that, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna go ahead and go through these and date them. That's the 13th, so this would have been the 14th. Which would have made his vocabulary test would have been the 15th. So 1, 15, 26. We try to only also do 4 days a week, whether that is we take Monday off and he has a 3-day weekend, or we take Friday off and he has a 3-day weekend, or we take a day off during the week and then he makes up for it on Friday, or makes up for it that next Monday, and then we go into the next school week. So I feel like he doesn't need 5 days a week of the same over and over and over again. So 4 days, and we divide it out. We space it out. Sometimes he'll do 2 spellings instead of a spelling and a vocabulary. Sometimes he'll do 2 vocabularies instead of a spelling and a vocabulary. Sometimes he'll do 3 spellings, and then he's ready for his spelling test. So we're able to divide and do that way. I call it divide and conquer. But it's whatever makes it easiest on him and me. And so far, this is the best way to do that we have found to do it. And so I need to get my key to grade these. 1 second. And another thing is, I have folders that are labeled for each subject. So this has the answer key and so many pages for the week in it, or for the spelling test. Like I did 10 spelling tests, already have them prepped and ready to go, so that I know when it's week 8, I need to go ahead and do the next 10, because we do 20 spelling and 20 vocabulary for the year. I don't feel like doing, because we do other subjects with it, we'll do books. So I try to keep it at a 20. So that's 20 weeks of spelling, that's 20 weeks of vocabulary, that's 20 weeks of math, that's 20 weeks of Bible, that's, try to do 20 weeks of science, which we like to do more projects. Same with history. I would rather focus on one subject for 20 weeks and do a project, and the project be his final grade. So that's kind of how we do those things. And I have, like I said, I have an answer key for every test. That's what these tests look like. These are the answer keys, and I print these out 10 at a time. So what I'll do is we'll do 10 weeks. I'll do like a week break, and then that week I will go through and I will print out, type up whatever the next 10 weeks is going to bring. And then after that 10 weeks, we'll take another week break, and then we'll start new subjects. It might be confusing for y'all. This is just the way in my head I'm able to configure everything. But like, this is the vocabulary, and it's got my answer key. This is my work. The binder is his work. The folders are my work. So vocabulary 7, 6, So, like I said, I have my answer keys. I never knew how much little things teachers have to buy until I became a homeschool mom. And it is not cheap. Like, I do this for one kid. I can imagine doing this for 20 plus, sometimes 30 in a class. Like, there's no way. I give teachers so much credit. And they have to do more things than I do. They do a ton more than what I have to do. And I couldn't do it. I don't even think I could homeschool 2 kids. Much less have an entire class 8 hours a day for, 9 months out of the year? Couldn't do it. Could not do it. So kind of how I do this is like a teacher would. You know, I have teacher friends. I went to them. How should I do this? How should I grade his paperwork? How should I do this, that, and the other? And they have been fantastic to help me and to guide me how to do certain things the way that they do it, or they gave me their opinions on how to do it, this, that, and the other. So I'm going to grade some papers and get back to you here in a bit. Because while I grade papers, I watch a YouTube video, I listen to a podcast, I listen to an audiobook, something. So I'll be back. Okay, so I have those graded. So they will all, let's go back. And I got to get a new file folder for this year. I've got last year's. I keep my answer keys separate from his work. So I have a file folder for answer keys and a file folder for his work. I don't know what AE lock is on my phone, but it's apparently locked. So there's that. So now all this is done. I don't know if I'm going to staple all this together, or even if I can. No, I'm going to have to use a... Oh, excuse me. That's a bobby pin. Clip. I've got 5 minutes until my Bible study. I'm going to try to, let's see if we're actually doing Bible study today. On time, which means I have 3 minutes. So I'm not going to be able to get these completely done, but I can show you. I know I wasted 2 minutes. My grade tracker. How I do that, I just have this was when he was in public school folder. You use what you have. You use what you have. This is from 5th grade. It's got his final report card, all of his transcripts in it from last year. I wrote them in with the dates that he did them, the grade, and the subject. So I'm going to put these in here for now. So when I get done with my Bible study, there's my tracker. And I'll put like spelling on the top. We'll have all the date, the grade, the assignment. He'll have one for vocabulary. He'll have one for math. He'll have one for every grade. Every subject that he does, he'll have a grade tracker paper. And of course, it's always more than one for it. But I'll do that after Bible study. And I'm going to bring y'all on to Bible study with me too. I did yesterday, but I'm going to do it again today. But I already have his work. He'll wake up here in a little bit. I already have his work for today out and ready for him. He has to make that up. And then he has a spelling. And then he has a Bible. So that's all that. Okay guys, I'm back. It's 11:30. I had some lunch. We did a Bible study. I got Bible graded, spelling graded, vocabulary graded, all the transcripts put in for that, and some of my lunch. I throw that away. But I just went online and found a ton of multiplication. You hear it still printing. Online multiplication pages for him to do until we can figure out what to do. Until we kind of figure this math out. If we're going to stick with this curriculum or if we're going to move forward with a different one. So I have those printing. Excuse me. I'm going to put them in his math. Folder. I have some printing. I will say this. I will say this. Homeschooling is not for the weak, especially if you don't do it online. It can be really hard, and it's very time consuming, and there are days that I'm so overwhelmed and I just want to cry. But then there are days that it's so worth it for him to get the one-on-one that he needs. And if I need help, I have people I can call. If there's things I don't understand, I have people I can call. I'm probably going to have one of his old teachers that I'm friends with still look at this curriculum and see what she thinks, and maybe she can help me with it. Excuse me. To help me understand it better, to teach him better. A lot of this stuff I forgot. About. And I'm having to go back and relearn some of these things. So it's, like I said, it's not easy. It is not easy. It's probably easier to just have your kids enroll on an online school course and do it, because this way is not all sunshines and rainbows. I can tell you that right now. It's not. We have a doctor's appointment later on today at like 1:30 that we have to head to. It's just a wellness check for him. His yearly wellness check for his insurance. But after that, we'll come home and hopefully Roman will feel like going to church. If not, we'll just watch it on TV tonight. Wednesday nights are my favorites, but it can get hard during the week to try to get there and get supper cooked and everything done before we head out for service. So we'll see about that later. Just after I come back from the doctor, I'll just be cleaning and picking up house, cooking supper, stuff like that. My days are very repetitive. So I try to bring you all along when we do new and fun things. So if I did like daily vlogging, it would be the same thing every single day. And I know that's not something I want to watch, much less is it something that I want to put out there. So I will see y'all in a bit. Hey guys, I just realized I hadn't made an outro, but I had a busy evening after we came home, got some stuff done, and headed to bed. I will talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.